Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Deborah Franklin. Y'all, I'm so excited about tonight. We are doing it and doing it and doing it big. We are excited. We have our guest is in the place. We have not spoken to her in a very long time, but normally we have been in the studio and they have performed. And you know, when you saw them in the studio, they killed it. They slammed it. They slayed it. They were a beast. But we're going to do some talking because y'all know this month, for the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking about women in ministry that are business owners. So, in other words, honey, we are talking about church girls, CEOs. So, I'm so excited about that topic because a lot of times, a lot of people do not support our women in ministry because they don't even know that these women actually have businesses. They only see them as a member of the security, member of the choir, member of hospitality, or the member, or even on the ministerial staff. They don't see them outside of the church arena. And a lot of times we are not getting what we need because we don't talk to people that are actually doing it. And then sometimes we approach things and then we don't approach them the way that we should because we don't realize that, hey, we can use our biblical basis, our biblical principles to be successful. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of just that because a lot of times, most of y'all know, I grew up in the church. I know the church, grew up, uncles were pastors, cousins are pastors. And, I never thought that my ministry would even lead me to where it has led me now. And for the very longest time, I never even told people that I was even a minister. I never even said that because, you walk up to me, I'm like, hey, I'm Deborah. I'm Deborah. I'm Deborah. But who was I hurting? Because a lot of times people won't even start businesses because they think that they can't be successful, or they don't know that they can apply biblical principles to see their businesses grow. Just like when I did the 10-day challenge about the prayer of Jabez. Y'all, that is a part of your territory growing. That is a part of your territory enlarging. You can basically put in that territory. Territory just doesn't mean that you're going out and living somewhere else, or that you're getting more clients, or just getting more land. That is not what that means. Your territory is something that you make personal to you. So if your territory means that you want to get more clients, that you want to start a business, that you want to have more paid booking engagements, that you want to be a speaker on purpose, or even asking God, what is your purpose for that? That is what you are supposed to do. So, guys, that's what I'm saying. You can apply biblical principles to what you're doing. Now, let's look at Lydia. A lot of y'all, if you've ever been to any of my media coaching classes, you know that we talk about the Deborah and Lydia effect. Y'all, biblical principles. Look at it. Lydia had a marketing plan because she had her own brand. A lot of times people think a brand is your business card, your flyer, and all of that stuff. Y'all, that is not your brand. Your brand is what people know about you. Your brand is what people say about you. So that tells me that Lydia had an awesome product because the people knew her name. Because somebody said, "Who is that?" They were like, "Oh, that's Lydia, the seller of the finest purple." So if she was the seller and she didn't say it herself, that means she had to have had name recognition. Again, guys, biblical principles for your business, biblical principles for being able to go out in the media and tell people about what you're doing. Y'all, that was grassroots advertising because people knew who she was, knew what to get, knew how to get it, and knew what they were going to do to get it. And then not only did she have that, she also knew about being a giver, being a sower, because she also gave her time to Jesus's ministry. She also sold her place of dwelling to Jesus's ministry. You see something going there? Y'all, that is what we are supposed to be doing. I don't care whether you're a church girl or a church boy. As a CEO, y'all, we got to start building our businesses and building our principles around godly principles, because when we do that, we'll start seeing our territory enlarge. We'll start seeing more people coming to us. We'll start seeing, and then that also helps us to develop our spirit of discernment, because when you can discern learn the people that are around you that helps you guys. I'm not going to say you're not going to make mistakes, but you're going to learn from those and learn from those mistakes that you do make. And when you meet people, I promise you, just like our guest tonight, when I met her, it was just like we connected. She didn't know me, I didn't know her. Keyword, we met. And then where we met was so odd. We met at a studio. Who knew that she was there recording something? She didn't even know that I hosted a show. She just started talking to me, and we were just talking like, like girls. And then I said, well, yeah, I do this show, and you should come on and perform. But what if I was ghetto hood? What if I didn't use my biblical principles? What if I just wasn't nice? What if I didn't talk to her? What if I looked at her down my nose like some of us do? Because we are not in a place where we think that we should be. Yeah, y'all, I'm real serious about that. You got to start treating people the way you want to be treated and stop looking over people. Honey, that's biblical principles, because the main person. Okay, let's look at Zechariah. He was up in a tree. No, I'm not going to even go to Zechariah. I'm staying on women, because we're talking about women with women in ministry. We're talking about women in ministry that are business on. I'm going to talk about the woman with the issue of blood. Think about this. What if she wasn't determined? What if the people weren't laughing at her? What if the people had not called her out, but she still had a mission that she was going to be healed? You should be so determined about getting your business off the ground, getting your life in a certain order, getting the customers that you want, developing that plan that you want, just like she was. She was like, if I could just touch the hem of her garment, touch the hem of his garment, then I will be healed. Think about this. If I could just make that next meeting, if I could just send out that next email, if I could just send out that next letter, what could you accomplish in that time and in that particular space? If you were determined, if you had those principles. Now you see how I took three different people, biblical principles to apply to your business. All right, guys, that's your motivational moment today. I want you to check those people out. I want you to develop those things. I want you to look at those things, and I want you to start thinking about how can you use biblical principles to expand your business. And y'all, guess what? We got more to come. Well, got a surprise for you. All right, y'all know your girl birthday is on tomorrow, January 24th. I'm so excited. It is the big one. Yes, your girl will be 50. Can y'all believe it? I'm gonna be 50. Yes, I'm still trying to get over it. I'm gonna be 50. But it's okay. It's all good, because baby, I don't look good, because black don't crack. You already know. I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it. But y'all, and today is my best friend's birthday. So because today is my birthday, I'm sorry, tomorrow is my birthday, and today is my best friend's birthday. We got a big special. And y'all know I don't normally do no selling on my thing. I normally don't do this kind of stuff. But today we have a special where you will be able to pre-order the Prayer of Jabez. So some of y'all didn't even know that I had wrote a book about the Prayer of Jabez in the marketplace. So since I did that, you see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I want you to go to that link, bit.ly, Prayer of Jabez marketplace, and I want you to go there. Go ahead and we're pre-ordering the book. So for those of you that buy the book today, January 23rd, and on tomorrow, January 24th. So you got 2 days. We are looking for 50 people. 50 people. And for those that have already done the pre-order, you will get the special gift as well. So everybody that has pre-ordered the Prayer of Jabez in the marketplace, you're going to get the planner as well. You're going to get the planner. I'm so excited about this planner. So you get the book and the planner. Y'all, that is like worth 70. Well, I think we added up, and I think we said like something like $75. You're going to get it for $24.99. So I know I know it might sound a little cheesy, but I can't help it, y'all. I'm so excited about this. So as our gift to you from Dr. Latanya Henry Smith, who is a licensed psychologist, and I'm gonna have her on. Probably do a special show with her before she leaves, so I can introduce you to her. For those of you that need a little help, y'all see, I'm not crazy. I got friends that can help me through my cray. So y'all already know That's what you need to be doing. So I want you to look into that. So as a gift from us to you, you for those that go ahead, you not only you'll be mentioned in the book, you will also get the book and the planner, and you will be mentioned in both for just doing the pre-order. So everybody that's pre-ordered already, you will also get the planner because you jumped on it first. But those, especially those that pre-order today and tomorrow, you will get the book and the journal that goes along with it. I'm so excited about this. Y'all, it's a beast. It's a beast. I got, so it's scrolling down at the bottom. So we're going to leave it up while we have our guests. And I'm getting ready to bring our guest on, y'all. Our guest is a beast. I love her to life. She has been, I'm sorry. Hey, Sandra. Hey. How are you? How are you? Thank you so much for joining us live tonight. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you for joining us live. And that's another thing. We want you to comment. So those of you that comment on the live stream, we will see them and we will be able to discuss them. So if you have any questions for either myself or our guests, we are here to answer them for you. And we're gonna have some fun tonight. So tonight, I have a special guest on. Her name is Tiffany Lene. Y'all, she is a beast. She has this group that's called The Village. And when I tell you The Village can blow the house off, I just told her I so totally forgot. I should have invited them to come to perform at my party tomorrow because I was like, we didn't have we only got a DJ, but we didn't get any live entertainment, which is something I normally would do, but it just slipped my mind because okay, y'all know when you're putting stuff together, just go. Yeah, so I was like, man. But y'all, I got her on tonight because we are talking about church girls, CEOs, and I tell you right now, she is lighting it up on fire. So with none other ado, I'm gonna bring our girl up. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm so glad to see you. You looking good.
Thank
So
you.
I already shared with them that I just love you to life because did I lie about how we met?
You didn't lie. It was the absolute truth. And you had me at hello. It was just a divine connection from the very start. Yeah.
It was like it was just so cool how at all because you know what? And the crazy part, now this is the crazy part. I invited her to come perform on my show when I was live, when we was in the studio live. I ain't never heard the child sing. Not one
Mm-hmm.
word, not one la la la. I was just like,
You
yeah,
know,
y'all come on. And
yeah.
and again, I tell everybody that also goes with discernment. That also goes with, you just sometimes just have to trust yourself to step out and do some things. So, got a question for you. What have you
Yes,
done
ma'am.
that you just had to step out and do?
Oh my God. God has had me on this journey for the last several years, just stepping out. I released my solo single in August of last year. That was a huge step of faith. Um, Recently, the group we received our 501(c)(3) status, so that was a step of faith. It was things that I didn't even know that God had that in store for me and the group. When we started the group, we just wanted to sing and we wanted to, bless people with our voices. We didn't really even consider being a 501(c)(3). That wasn't even in our minds. Um, but as we began to go on, God began to just show me, how, the group can develop because we have a heart to do grassroots evangelistic work. And so a lot of our ministry is to the homeless, to people that are in shelters, to people that are, often overlooked, the senior population. So we do a lot of ministry in those areas. And, one day I was like in my kitchen and I heard the Holy Spirit literally say nonprofit. And I was
Wow.
like, wow, because I hadn't even considered the village becoming a nonprofit. I mean, we were getting a lot of requests to do a lot of different singing engagements, and I was fine with doing that. But I knew when God said nonprofit, I knew God had he wanted to enlarge our territory. He wanted to expand, our reach. And so from there, I was like, well, I don't know how to start a nonprofit. But I found out that there was a workshop that was pretty much teaching people how to start their own nonprofit in DC. So I went to that workshop. Went to the workshop, and even after having all of the information, then I stalled. Then I was like, well, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't have the funds. We don't have the funds as a group. It's just a lot. Because I was comfortable with the group just doing what we were doing. But then it just really started to prick me again. I know God had told me that we were supposed to become a 501c3 nonprofit. And so then I got, there is a office in DC called 202 Creates. It's for creatives in the area, and you can go and get free legal advice and all kinds of resources. And the office is literally 2 blocks from where I work. So
Wow.
yeah, 2 blocks. So I walked in there and it's like, I spoke to the attorney, that gives free legal advice. And I said, well, I'm interested in starting a 501c3. She literally gave me step by step what to do. And I took that information, brought it back to the group, and I said, hey, these are the steps we need to take to become a 501c3. So I signed every one step, and literally in record time, we received our 501c3 status in, I believe, 13 days.
Wow. That is amazing.
And
Nobody does that in 13 days.
that was nothing but God. I still stand in amazement of that. I'm still amazed.
That's more than amazing.
I'm
That is
still
more
amazed.
that is like more than amazing. I'm like below the weight and floored because I
Yeah.
might be calling you so I can learn how to start my own five because
I'm
14 days,
telling you,
that's
God gives
amazing.
God gave us the grace, and I knew that He did because it kept pricking me. It kept pricking me. We have to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it. And when I tell you, we walked through every step, and the final step was to submit the forms to the IRS.
Mhm.
It was dated, I believe, October 1st, and when we got the letter back, it was dated maybe October 14th. It was 13 days.
That is amazing. Amazing. So,
To God be all the glory. It was all Him.
all the glory because so many times I think, and I'm gonna say it just like you said, you get tired, fear
Hmm.
steps in,
Yeah,
finance stepped in, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, you trusted God. And then the crazy part, the answer was only 2 blocks away. How many of us
Two
have missed,
blocks.
how many of us have missed a blessing because it was 2 blocks?
2 blocks. So I delayed. So, I delayed the whole process a year because of fear and thinking we didn't have enough finances, because there is finances involved in,
Exactly.
filling out, all of the appropriate paperwork. But, you know, no, God, we had done a couple of engagements, and we had saved up enough money to cover it all.
And
And it
that's
was the grace of
amazing.
God.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Because
Hmm.
I think so many times we have it in us, but when we let
Hmm.
the fear take over, it hinders us. It's almost like the children of Israel. They had
Hmm.
really had fear of success or fear of
Exactly.
something new, so they had to go
Mhm.
around all that time before they could get
Yeah.
to the promised land. But
A
it's
40-day trip took 40 years. Like, yeah.
like really,
Yeah.
like really.
Yeah. It was
So,
only supposed to take 40 days.
and the crazy part, it was only supposed to take you 2 blocks, and you took a year.
I took a year. And I had gone to a previous workshop, but then I was like, oh, I just started, I let fear set in. I just started overthinking it, because we can think
Mhm.
our way out of things too. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I just can't do it." Blah 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 blah. Just talk our way out of what God is wanting to do, like how He's wanting to expand us and enlarge us. Now, mind you, I had never really thought about starting my own 501c3.
Right, right, right. But you know what? And I think about that too. And I want to go back because how many times have we gotten visions from God? How many times have we
Mhm.
heard a word from God
Mhm.
and we miss it because of the fear? So my
Yeah.
question to you is, how did you get over that fear?
How did I get over the fear? It was a process. I kept hearing from God about it, and He kept pricking my spirit about it. And so I just knew it was His idea, it wasn't mine. And it was something God really wanted us to do as a group, to not just be a gospel singing group. And it was nothing wrong in what we were doing, but God had more for us. He had more. He wanted to expand us. And it was just just a matter of me, obeying the voice of God. And when I brought the idea to the group, everyone was on board. And so once we got together, and we went through the process together, we were able to overcome that fear, and then just overcome the delay and just the procrastination. Yeah, because it
Oh,
was more
I
of
get
just
it.
procrastinating, which is a form of fear.
That's a form of fear. And how many
Yeah.
of us have really procrastinated and waited too long? So,
Mhm.
and I know the big thing that a lot of people have been talking about as well is getting into the shift. They felt that there was getting
Mhm.
ready to be a big move. There was going to be a
Mhm.
shift happening in the atmosphere. There was going to
Mhm.
be, um, something was going to happen. So, do you feel like y'all's team has been a part of the shift and why?
Absolutely. And then God shifted me personally because He started with me as the leader. He shifted my entire life. Yeah, 2019. I was assigned to a new ministry, and just took me out of my comfort zone. He had to take me out of where I was comfortable and just in a certain routine, and just move me out. I was comfortable, and my church was only 10 minutes away. And so He moved me to a church that was like 40 minutes away, taking me out of my comfort zone. And in doing that and obeying the voice of God, because I knew He told me to move, things just started happening back to back to back to back. I mean, I was able to release my solo single. And then once I released the solo single, then we started the process to become a 501c3. So God has graced me to do a lot of different things at one time. But it was just a matter of getting in alignment. Alignment is key. Getting in alignment with where God would have you. Because sometimes we can be doing the right things in the wrong place.
You spoke a whole word right then. Because you know what? Sometimes I think I know not I think I know we miss it because we are not in alignment. And a lot of the times the people that we are associated with, the people that we
Mhm.
um need to let go. We
Yeah,
miss alignment because we don't let people go. And
yeah.
then we also let fear jump in because,
Mhm.
oh my God. And like you said, it's the status quo. I'm familiar. I'm comfortable.
You're
And we miss
comfortable,
the shift and the move of God
right?
because we don't. Okay, I'm going to borrow some from Steve Harvey. We don't jump.
We don't
We
jump, we
don't.
don't take that leap.
And then we don't. Mm-mm.
We just get comfortable. And if you're the smartest person in your circle, if you're the most spiritual in your circle, it's time to
There's a
expand.
problem. There's a problem. There
You
is a
you,
problem.
you got you got to shift.
That, girl, that's an understatement because so many times we get stuck and
Mhm.
I think I was talking to, I'm not even sure who I was talking to about this. Is like, if we don't learn to encourage each other, we're going to
Mhm.
always get stuck in that same place. If we don't
Mhm.
learn to glean from
Mhm.
somebody else what they're doing, and sometimes you don't have to glean from them right up on them, you can glean from people from afar.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you really can. And then don't be afraid to ask for help. And
Oh yeah.
and my other favorite one, because you touched on this, don't be afraid to ask for help because you ain't got no money. Because believe it or not,
Right.
some people will help you if you got something to give to them, or if you would help them with something else, it's bartering still works.
It
It still
does. It absolutely does. And you may not think you have anything, but little becomes much when placed in God's hands. And we have to just trust God with what we have. What all we have is all we need. If God gave us a vision, he is going to provide, but it is up to us to operate in faith. We have to move forward in faith. And
girl,
faith
you
without
preaching
works
on
is
here.
dead.
Every day, all day, all day. Because everybody think it's just gonna fall from the sky and don't
No,
realize you got to work for that boo. You got to
faith
work.
without works is dead. Faith is an exercise.
Exactly, exactly. So Sandra said, whoop, that is it, that is remarkable. Won't he do it if you let him? Yes,
If
indeed.
you let him, that's the key. You gotta let him do it because he is
Yeah,
not gonna force himself on you.
not at
God will
all.
have the whole world waiting for you, but you gotta operate your faith to get it.
You keep talking about I want to speak on the big stage, and you won't go outside and speak to nobody.
You don't speak to anybody, but you want to travel to the nations. I
Right.
mean,
I'm gonna be international and don't even have a passport. Stop playing.
listen, don't have a passport. You haven't done any preparation. Listen, you ain't ready.
Not ready at all. And she said that was a mouthful. Child, yes indeed. Yes indeed.
You haven't prepared for anything, but you want
No,
God to give you everything. But you don't want to go through
everything.
the process. And what I also realize, people want to override the process.
Girl, don't they? Don't they? And they don't want to go through the process, and then they don't want to go through the fire.
They want to, because you got to. Oh, I have been through the fire.
Yeah. They don't get
Yes, I
that.
have.
And they don't get that coming with all of this, especially when you are a church girl,
Listen,
you're gonna go through that season of being by yourself. You're gonna go through that season
what?
of not having the relationships that you want. You're gonna go through the seasons of friends not calling you, friends not returning your
Come
call,
on.
family members turning their back on you. Oh, let's take it a step further. Folk that you
Listen,
don't know lying on you. And you talk about you don't even know my name.
you gotta tell that was my entire 2019. That all of that, all of it. But I tell you, it was one of the most productive years of my entire life. I wouldn't take anything for my journey.
You better tell somebody, because you know what? Even through, I call this my valley situation or my
Mhm,
darkest place. It's like I
mhm.
produced the most, because that was my way of coming out of the darkness. Didn't know that
Mhm.
God was setting me up to use
Set
my
you up.
dark place now to be in my light place. Because it's
Exactly.
like now I'm getting more creativity. I'm figuring out how to do, because I didn't have a clue about why you writing this book. This doesn't make any sense. Why you writing this
Mhm.
book? Why you even putting your business out there for people to know? Didn't know that that was going to develop into something else. So it's
Mhm.
like we just don't know where God is taking us at all.
We
Sandra
don't.
said, "Girl, I'm about to shout."
Go ahead and shout. Go ahead and shout. I mean, but
Take
but
that
you've
leap.
been in I mean, you told my entire testimony of 2019. Literally, it was a season of separation for me, but it was necessary.
Yep.
Painful, very painful, but necessary.
And
Because God had so many things that he needed to get me. He needed to set me apart so that
mhm.
he could prepare me for what he was about to place into my hands. I mean, I just recently became ordained as an evangelist as well. All of this happened over the last year.
Amazing, amazing. And sometimes you said separation, and then so many times people don't know that when you start saying that you are saved, sanctified means that you're separated, that you're
Yep.
set apart.
Set
And
apart. Hmm.
sometimes in order for you to get your light to shine bright, how they gonna know you the bright light sitting on the hill if you in the crowd?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work. It's not going to
Hmm.
work. You're going to have to be different. You're going to have to expose yourself to different things. You're going to have
Hmm.
to make that move like never before. And so, it's like when I look at ministry, when I look at ministry, it's so
Mhm.
many times as women in ministry, it's really hard for us to go out and talk to people. And then I think the part that drives me crazy when you say, oh, I'm reverend somebody, or I'm evangelist somebody, or I'm minister somebody, or I'm deaconess or deaconess, it's like they
Mhm.
put you in this box.
Right.
Like, yeah, I might have a title, but I'm still a woman, child.
Mhm.
I still
Mhm.
got woman,
Yeah.
woman needs, or whatever how
I'm
you want to call it.
I'm
I
still
still like
human.
to laugh. I still like to play. I'm still gonna crack jokes. But
Yes.
it's like, stop putting me in a box. So what would
Mhm.
you say to somebody about putting folk, especially church girls, in a box?
I would say stop it. Just stop right now, because we're human. We're human. I mean, we're operating in the fullness of what we've been called to do, but we're human. So we're still going to make mistakes. We're still may stumble here and there, but the same grace that covers you is the same grace that covers us.
Ooh. Yes, yes. And and then and like you were saying earlier, I would take nothing for the journey that I've had to
Nothing.
endure, because I've had to experience, but I can say this, and I will say this, and I'm going to ask you this.
Hmm.
Even though God took you through the journey, did he leave you in there as long as he left somebody else?
Well, I think a lot of time it goes back to the Israelites and the wilderness journey, right? A journey that was only supposed to take 40 days, for them it took 40 years. Now, I think that your journey is dependent on you and your obedience, your timely obedience, because delayed obedience is disobedience.
Girl, you preaching on here tonight.
Delayed obedience is disobedience. And so this is why the Israelites had to wander around in the wilderness for 40 years, because their obedience was delayed. They were insecure, they doubted, all these things. So when you let doubt and fear and all of its forms come in the way, it delays your journey.
Because it's a distraction.
It is all a distraction.
And we don't recognize a distraction. And guys, distractions come in a lot of ways. Distraction comes in, if you're single, that person that you're really attracted to.
Hmm.
Distraction comes in, the job that you want actually opens up, and you're
Hmm.
like, yes, Lord, but God done already told you not to take it, but then you go ahead and take it. That's a distraction.
Hmm.
And now I'm using extreme distractions. I'm not talking about the new folk that calling you and you still answer, and all you have to do is put block and delete.
Right.
I'm just saying,
Right.
block and delete, so that way the number
Hmm.
don't creep through. But it's just
Hmm.
like we don't look at things as a distraction to get us off. And even when, and I know this is for me, even when self doubt or like forms of depression that start to drop on me and I'm not sure why, I'm like, okay, God, this is a distraction. You're going to pull me out of this. What do
Hmm.
you do when you start feeling like the devil is trying to distract you off of your journey? What do you do? What do you do, and what tips could you give somebody else?
Yeah, I would say you need to get into your secret place. You need to have a relationship with God. You need to have a prayer life, because it is key. Everything is birthed in prayer. And when you find yourself getting distracted, you go into your prayer closet and you take those distractions to the Lord, leave them there. Now, that's easier said than done, but it's necessary. You have to, as soon as you recognize that it is a distraction, you gotta leave it where you found it. Because if you try to
Ooh.
take these distractions and carry these things, these weights, your weights, you try to carry these weights around, it's hindering your journey. You won't get to your destination the time that you were supposed to get there, because you're carrying these weights around. You're carrying these distractions around. You're letting people pull you here and pull you there. You're getting off course. And for me, I had a misguided sense of loyalty, thinking that I had to always be there for people all the time, more than I was there for myself. Was misguided. And I would say that you have to just take time with God and allow him to focus you. And so that's why separation is key. Separation is key because you have to get all of the noise out. You have to remove every distraction. And you have it's a thing that you have to do. It is a personal decision. You have to make those decisions. You have to make those tough decisions to say, hey, I may not be able to hang out with the girls right now because I'm working on my business plan. Or, I'm practicing music, or, I'm doing things to better my life. You have to make hard decisions like that because it is a part of you reaching your destination in the time that God would have originally intended for you to get to a destination. Your promise.
My God, you done preached the whole sermon. Well, I'm about ready to tell you to put the cash app
Listen,
up. She said, "Girl, you better say that, honey. We about to take up an offering up in here." But y'all,
listen.
God just dropped something in my spirit that I'm definitely going to talk to you offline about because I definitely need to get some more information because ministry is ministry. And and never before have I been a firm believer of what they were saying, that now is the time for everybody that has quote unquote been in the background is getting ready to come to the foreground. And I kind of look at it, and I just had this conversation with my best friend just a few seconds ago. We were talking about how choir music is gone and how people don't sing in choirs, and all we got is these solos, or we're just gonna have a what they call a praise team. And so,
Praise team.
yeah, the praise team. And I was telling her, like my other cousin, oh, y'all, I'm gonna shout my cousin out, Marquil Middleton and the Miracle Chorale Choir, honey, they are beasts. And
Yeah.
like we were saying, and I said, he has sung with everybody. He has sung with the Richard Smallwoods. He's sung with the Kirk Franklins. He's worked with all of these people. But it's like it was almost like that was his preparation season because now he's getting out in the forefront. Now
Mhm.
he is ministering on the stages. Now he's getting awards. But I'm looking at that also, even in your ministry, even in my ministry, it's almost I got to go to David, put it on biblical principles.
Come
Y'all,
on.
we have got to practice. We have got to learn our trade while we are in the field. David,
Mhm.
remember, was in the field killing lions, tigers, and bears before he pulled out the slingshot to kill Goliath. So that's what we have to realize. We might not be chosen then, but think about while we're there, we're preparing. Again, faith without
Yeah.
works is dead. You can't expect God to take you to this particular place, and you are not prepared. It's just like
Yes.
Tyler Perry said. Quit asking people to sit at the table. Create your own. But then
There
when
you
you
go.
create your own, what's gonna happen when you go to somebody else's because you ain't ready?
Mm. See?
See, you
Yeah.
got to get ready in this season. Oh, we got some. Oh, y'all, girl. Charlene. Hey, Charlene. Charlene said hard decisions. Yes, indeed. She said
Hard
amen.
decisions.
And then she said everyone wants to do a solo. Yep, yep, yep. Everybody want to sing solo, but don't nobody want to be the piccolo player.
But and then the main ones that want to do solos, they can barely sing. That's you kidding me.
And on that note, tell us about the village, honey. Tell us about the village.
So the village is just God is just doing some amazing things with the village. Last weekend we were just honored by the Widows Pantry, which is an organization that serves the homeless and under underemployed population right here in Washington D.C. And so we have been partnering with them since we started. We would go out to Franklin Park with them and minister to the homeless population right there in that park. And so they recently honored us for our service. So we felt really blessed by that. And so the village has just been going and just ministering in various different places, and God is just continuing to open doors for us. And we do, now that we are a 501c3, we will be expanding and starting children's programs. And I'll I'll be posting more information about those programs. But there's some children's programs that we're getting ready to implement. So we're really excited about that.
Awesome, 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 y'all. I cannot wait. I can't
Yeah,
wait to see what God is getting ready to do. I can't wait to see how God continues to build our partnership, our bond.
absolutely.
Because,
Mhm.
I just believe God does not do things by happenstance.
Not
God
at all.
does not put certain people in your life just to put them there. They are
Mhm,
there for a reason. And it's
mhm,
like, yeah, because y'all, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited about what's happening with everybody because we're
mhm.
all church girl CEOs, and
Yeah.
it's time for the church girl CEOs to take their rightful place. And I'm not saying it's nothing wrong, because I have people now that are saying that we can be spiritual, bringing doing certain things. But no, let's just be real about it. We are real church girls. We still work in
Mhm,
our churches. We
mhm,
still serve on ministries, and we are
mhm,
still CEOs. And that's what
mhm,
I'm saying. We still doing it. And so, of course, I got to ask, when you
mhm.
hear church girl CEO, what does that say to you?
So when I hear church girl CEO, to me, that is a woman of God who has accepted the full responsibility of her calling, is doing her due diligence to make sure that she's preparing to do everything that God has called her to do. She's studying the word of God, but then she's studying how to become a better businesswoman. She's a Proverbs 31 woman. Proverbs 31 woman was business savvy. And she's a church girl CEO is just a woman who is just on her grind, but she's on her knees as well. She's on her knees, but she's on her grind. Like she's operating in faith. She's moving, she's making bold moves, and she's just doing it all for the glory of God.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. It has been an awesome time with you. I
Yeah,
love talking to you. We always having fun. And I want you
yeah.
to tell everybody, how can they get in touch with you if they want to. We definitely got to bring you back on, because we that way we can play some tapes. We can do some video of you and the group singing. Tell us what y'all got coming up next, what you're doing, and how people can get in touch with you.
Okay, so the village, you can reach us at the Village Arts on Facebook, and the village will be ministering in Chesapeake, Virginia, in April for the Still I Rise conference. Then on a personal note, I've got several things going on. I have released my debut single, so you can get that at tiffanylenae.org. I'm also the music director for Torn, which is a multi-award winning stage play, and we're doing a live recording March 7th at Fresh Start Church in Glen, excuse me, Glen Burnie, Maryland. In addition, I've got just a pretty heavy schedule. I'll be ministering at women's conference later this year called Push Global Ministries at Harborside Hotel. And so on my website, I'll have all of the events and things that are coming up. But yes, just if you would like to make a donation to the Village Arts, you can please just you can find the donation button on our Facebook page as we plan to institute programs for our children in the months to come. So we thank everyone, and we really appreciate your support and your prayers as we endeavor to do and just to serve God's people.
Awesome, 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 and awesome. I'm so excited about what God is doing in your life and in the lives of everyone that you are involved with. And it's just amazing to see the growth that has happened. And actually, what, less than a year that we've known each other? Maybe a year? Or has it been two?
I think this weekend will make 2 years. Did we meet around this time?
Yeah, because it
Yeah,
was my birthday. You were at my
yeah,
birthday show. Oh
yeah.
my
I was there. Yeah,
God!
yeah.
Yes!
So yeah, this is like our 2 year anniversary.
Oh my God! Yo, let me tell y'all, it's something about that, honey, something about that. But y'all,
Listen, but you know, my birthday's Monday too. My birthday's Monday.
okay, so that means you better. I better see you tomorrow night. We're gonna talk.
I'm gonna stop through, but you know, happy, 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 happy birthday. I'm so excited about what God is doing in your life. I mean, you are just blazing a trail and you've been so consistent
Oh,
in sharing the platform. And I really thank God for you because you from the I like you didn't even hear me or the group and you just took a chance on us and I appreciate that. I appreciate our relationship, you know, and one thing about covenant relationships is that you don't have to talk to the person every day,
mhm.
but that there's a spiritual connection that never goes away. And so I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate everything that y'all have done, and y'all just don't know. I just love that girl. But all right, guys, y'all, we have been on way longer than I
Love
had
you too.
planned to be. But you know how that go. You know, you just can't put church girls in the room and don't think we not gonna be on for a while. But remember,
Listen.
But remember now, if you go and pre-order the prayer of Jabez in the marketplace, that you will get the journal as well. Y'all got to follow that link. Remember, you got today and tomorrow. Everybody that purchases today and tomorrow will, and if you've already purchased if you've already pre-ordered the prayer of Jabez in the marketplace, you will still get the prayer of Jabez, the book, as well as the journal to go with it. Well, all right, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. I love you to life.
Yes.
Have a
I
good one.
love you too.
All right, guys. Peace. Have a great one.
All right. Bye, everyone.